Hey guys, it's me today. This isn't a track and field video per se. Basically, you've probably seen my YouTube channel, changing a little bit and everything. It's just the reason why I've been, basically deciding to just post different things basically is because I'm not just a one-man show. I'm not just a one-man thing. That's it. But also, this video is basically just going to be about today. Since I'm an American citizen, in the United States of America, and also since I look at the way our country is going, basically, which is honestly, not a really good way. I would even say not a really good way. I would just say an awful way to go, basically, as we lean further into, neo-feudalism, income inequality further than even what the Gilded Age used to have, basically. And not only just that, but the rising authoritarianism within the United States of America and the government that beats. I'm not just talking about, Biden and everything. This isn't a right-wing thing. This isn't a left-wing thing. This is just the American perspective. The American perspective is that you're losing your freedoms. You just lost Roe v. Wade. Sorry. And you're losing your gun rights as what's happening right now. And not only just that, but they've also been, protesting at the Capitol steps, which, again, we pay tax dollars for and stuff like that. So you're seeing basically a loss of viability of American citizens having the right, basically, to protest at public places, which is an extremely big deal and just shows the rise of authoritarianism. And you could also say, yes, fascism. Sorry, it's just I have mucus today. But when it comes to the United States of America, I'm going to start posting videos from TikTok onto here about people who've left America and giving them credit. Don't worry, their TikTok name will be in the bio and everything. But I can't tell you how many fucking videos I've seen of people leaving the United States of America and talking about a better life. It truly is, because when I got hit by a car, my medical bill, you get ready for this. My medical bill was $12,000, literally, for getting hit by a car. So you can see on my last video where I mentioned, I got hit by a car, basically. And yeah, $12,000, basically. Whereas in basically France, I would have paid probably at most $100, basically $50. That's what I'm talking about, though. You don't have healthcare, even if you pay. Sorry, the video cut out, but just even if you pay top-notch, premium quality healthcare, you go to the hospital, you get hit by a car, you get in a car accident, you go to a hospital that's not a network, and you're paying the top insurance provider. You're paying the fucking top premium. You're paying $1,000 a month, depending on your income and shit like that. And then guess what? Oh, you're not a network. Here's a medical bill for what? As much as a car loan, $32,000 or some shit. This is the United States of America. This is the United States of America. You're always it doesn't matter. You can even the people who are making six figures now, even those people, even they're picking up and leaving. Did you know that 65% of passport holders in the United States of America are making $100,000 or more a year? Literally, that's the chunk. And the secondary biggest chunk of that is $50,000 to $100,000, which you could say is middle class salary. They're picking up and leaving. The smart money is leaving this country. It is. I'll talk about the dating and romance and, red pill economics further along, but just in the United States of America, you can't even get by. People are like, oh my God, he still lives with his mom. He still lives. Look at how much a fucking rent costs. Your average rent now in every single big city, since that's where most of the jobs are in the United States of America, is now $2,000 a month, literally. And we're talking about $7.25 minimum wage. Still, in some of those states, still. That's your average. And then your lowest is $1,500, basically. But guess what? That's in a poor, diluted area where you're going to get robbed and shit, or probably shot. Since this great country, won't rehabilitate its felons, instead just wants to criminalize them even more. And yeah, basically moving on to that, the United States of America, you have no rights. You have no rights. You don't have any rights as Americans. You don't. Unless if you're the top 1%, you don't have any rights. Like, yeah, there used to be, you'll have left-wingers like, oh, Whitey this, Whitey that, Like, yeah, there was a time in the United States of America where, yes, if you were white, middle class, hell, even lower class, if you were white, you had rights. You were able to get ahead. Now everybody's getting fucked over. And that's what I never got with Black Lives Matter. That's, as a mixed person, I never, like, listen to me. I know that there's some sort of privilege. I do. I definitely do. I understand. I don't understand the full black experience since I'm mixed. But yes, like in the United States of America, everybody's getting fucked over now. It's not just like, oh, this white person got it. No. Everybody's getting fucked over now. You got mobs, literally, fuck. You disagree with one thing because some politician or something in Los Angeles, your business is done. Your business is fucked. Like, seriously. Like, as soon as you disagree with, like, Eric Garcetti or these mayors or the Santa Monica, as soon as you disagree with the California governor, it's like all these Democratic mobs start coming after you, literally harassing you and shit. And then breaking, vandalizing your store and shit. This is happening to business owners in the United States of America. The supposed country, like, oh, we're supposed to start a business. Oh, small business, capitalism, SBA. Like, we were indoctrinated with this shit. Like, literally from birth, we were indoctrinated. We would stand in front of the flag, put our hand over our heart, say the Pledge of Allegiance. It doesn't mean anything anymore. None of this means anything. And that's what people are starting to realize. It's like, holy fuck, we protest. We're getting arrested. We're getting arrested by secret police. Literally, secret police. Because of a Black Lives Matter protest. I'm not kidding. People in unmarked cars, literally in masks, fully fledged mask, goggles, automatic weapons from the United States government, were arresting people and taking them to undisclosed locations. Full stop, constitutional violation. Full stop. Full stop. And then guess what? In Spring Beach, my mistake, South Beach, you got something that's going on where people are now getting arrested if they go out against the curfew in South Beach, Florida, because it's spring break. But 2 people got shot, and guess what? They instituted a curfew like they would do in a Banana Republic country. Again, and nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying like, hey, wait a minute, what about freedom of movement? What about our Fourth Amendment, search and seizure? What about our First Amendment? Nobody's saying shit in this country. Like, it's so fucking astounding. And then you got these gun nuts, these NRA gun nut people who are just like, yeah, I got AK-40, I got AR-15, I got a Glock 17 with an extended mag of 24. I mean, you got these fucking buffoons. Like saying like, oh, you take our guns away, you're going to be having a revolution, 1776. I mean, you got these people, and it's like, dude, you ain't going to do shit. You guys didn't do shit for the Patriot Act in 2003. You guys didn't do shit for fucking Citizens United. I mean, the Democratic and Republican Party, dude, the 2 parties are so fucking bullshit. I know this is a rant. I know this is, but fuck, man. They're so bullshit. These people that go in there, you got the soya, vanilla chai, latte, vegan, drinking, suburbanite, Karen liberal who says, oh, any blue will do. I mean, vote blue no matter who. Really? So Mike Bloomberg, who basically locked people up and did stop and frisk in New York City, which was a clear violation of African Americans' Fourth Amendment, because that was the truth. The statistics came out. To some of these white liberals who are like, oh, we're against race, and it's like any blue will do. Let me tell you something. You are a racist. You are. I'm sorry. You support a politician, Jim Crow Joe. Seriously. He was another person who basically instituted and was against the Civil Rights Act in 1964. That's honestly, and then guess what? You got a vice president Oh, she's the first black woman. She's the first. Kamala Harris. Her fucking track record, dumbass, is locking people up, literally people of color, and holding them in there past their fucking date. Even people had attorneys, even people had public defenders. She was keeping them in there. So private prisons can make more money and profit. You know, because private prison, again, the only country in the world, unironically American, private prison systems, which go against the Constitution once again, since technically, yeah, it's private ownership over a person, which is technically slavery. Literally, we're making more profit by keeping him in there longer. And she was getting donations from the private prison industrial complex. She was. It's like when we say this stuff, when people like me say this stuff, people who are awake, we're called conspiracy theorists, tinfoil hats, far right, fascist, bigot. Race. We're called all these things in the book. And then, but it's so crazy. It's so crazy. But this is what I say again. Like, when it comes to the United States of America, like, I'm not saying, oh, it's going to be so much better in Europe. Like, listen, with healthcare, it is. If you want to talk about travel, if you want to talk about the quality of food, if you want to talk about if you want to talk about an actually developed country, it is Western, Northern, and Southern Europe. Those are actual regions in this world that are developed. The United States is not a developed country. I don't care what people say. You got homelessness literally from one block end to the other in a city like Santa Monica, right outside the golf course, and you got these rich ass liberals. Sorry, the phone stopped again. But basically, like, you got these. I'm getting a new phone soon, but you got these rich ass liberals, like, playing golf, having champagne. I'm not kidding. Like, literally, like 20 feet away, you just see it right there. They're just playing golf, having their champagne, and there's like homeless dystopian, like out of the movie, what, Blade Runner, basically. There's one class for us citizens up here. There's another for lower class citizens down here. Like, you have this kind of shit already happening in the United States of America. I mean, it's stupid. It's so stupid. And it's like, at the same time, when it comes to this country, yeah, I'm going to just tell you right now, get out of this country. Get the fuck out of this country. Get your passport. And again, for those passport bros, they're like, oh, you the women overseas. It is true. It is actually true. You are going to find a woman who hasn't been so mentally fucked ever since birth by the propaganda of this country. I'm a strong, independent boss, babe. Yeah, that's right, bitch. I mean, you got these people out here, and it's like, no, honey, you're a corporate wage slave. That's all you are. You work for a company, a faceless company that doesn't even know you exist. Okay? The shareholders don't even know you exist. They only know that, hey, oh, she's a worker. Oh, she gives me profits. She gives me shareholder profit. Great. That's the truth. So yeah, a lot of these women, if you want to talk about passport bros, especially relationships overseas, yeah, like, it's a lot better than the United States of America. I'll tell you that right now. I've hung around people who are, you could say, I don't manosphere people, top percent men, like, top percent men. And I mean, 6 foot, 6 figures, 6 inches or more downstairs. You could say, like that whole thing. I'm going to just tell you this right now. Even they're starting to have trouble in the United States of America. Because again, it's not, you got these people that are saying like, oh, it's because their money, because of this, because of that. No, it's because the women, you gotta understand, female sexuality has been so fucking warped in this country. You gotta understand, guys, you gotta understand this, okay? They're prescribing Lexapro as soon as women turn fucking 35. As soon as they turn 30, 35 years of age, protocol. Menopause, protocol. For real. Lexapro, SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, that's the long term for it. Valium, benzodiazepines, anti-anxiety medication. They're prescribing it in real time to these women. So that's the truth. And then you got a bunch of men which are being chemically castrated by our food, in this country. And not only just by our food, but also the environment around us, basically. I mean, if you could see what had just happened in East Palestine, what do you think is going to happen to these men? Vinyl chloride? Phosgene? I mean, you better believe they're going to have fertility problems. They're going to have erectile dysfunction. You better believe they're going to have, inhibited sex drive, basically. So their sex drive will be zero to nil, basically. I mean, you better believe it. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, literally, men are being chemically castrated. So you have two sides which are literally being castrated right now of their both male and feminine psyche. That's basically what you are seeing in real time. You're seeing it through the media. You're seeing it through food. And now you're seeing through it without even choice, through a controlled chemical burn. That's the scientific term they want to put up, just to make it, oh wow, zingy and stuff like that. So you have that. So it's like, yeah, get your passport. I would have to say, if you guys want to call me a passport bro, okay, fine. But I'm looking for a woman. I'm working for a wife. But at the same time, I'm going to be real with you. Yeah, dating overseas is a lot better. It is. You're going to be way happier, way better off. You're not going to have the media going on and on and on. Men suck. Men are trash. Men are the enemy. You're not. And you're not going to have a bunch of angry, red pill rage men that are like, oh, this is female nature. Women suck. Oh, this is a fucking... And it's like, they don't even talk about the powers that be that are basically... causing all this stuff, within our school. Because here's the thing, it's all happening in the school system now. I mean, if you haven't seen the school system, get your fucking kids out of the school system. The school system is propaganda. There was just, I want you to see this, but there was just, sorry, but just, as I said previous, mucus, but just as previously as I stated, when it comes to what's happening in the United States of America. I mean, at this one school, 600 kids, I'm not kidding, 600 fucking kids were either sexually assaulted or raped. Literally. And listen to me, I know YouTube's going to demonetize this video. I know they're going to do what they do best in the tech overlords. I know what they're going to do. But when it comes to the United States of America, yeah, get out of this country. I mean, I mentioned the food. I mentioned the environment. I mentioned men and women dating romance. I mentioned infrastructure, economy. You're going to be living under a bridge if you try to even fucking... literally, if I was to move out right now, I'd be living under a bridge, literally. I mean, it's insane, literally. Or I'd be living in a van. That's how insane the United States is. That's how insane it is. Meanwhile, in Europe, dude... If I had a job, even a part-time job, my rent's like $700 a month. And it's $1,000 a month in Paris. There's places in Paris for like $1,000 a month. Like I could literally live in a town square of Paris in France. And it's $1,000 a month. Like it's crazy. I mean, and then I go to Aix-en-Provence. I go there to the south of France. It's like $700 a month. And then there's Airbnbs for like $1,000 a month. You get a pool. You get your own house. You get a pool. Pets are allowed. You get your own kit. You get everything. Whereas in like the United States of America, like the United States of America, you got to spend like $2,000 to have a pool and all that stuff. Literally, it's like $2,000 a month if you want to talk about that. If you want to take a vacation, so it's like, yeah, definitely get your passports. Definitely get out of this country. Learn a second language, America. Learn a second language. I'm saying this to you into the camera. Learn a second language. Seriously. I'm just going to tell you this. If you're Hispanic, if you're a Latino American watching this, you can go to Spain. Because guess what? You speak Spanish, and then you can also get by. You speak French like me, you can also get by. You speak... I'm telling you, get out of this country. It's not... This is the last song. This is the last album. Get out. Get out. Seriously. The banks are about to collapse. You got to understand. They never jailed the banks in '08. And trust me, they're not going to jail the banks again when it comes to this time around. They're not. But yeah, I basically wanted to come on here and list all the things as an American citizen and my perspective as an American. And I'm just going to tell you this right now. If any one of you foreign people are watching this, don't come to this country. Go to Europe. If you really want a better life, go to Europe. Honestly, you're not going to find it here. Trust me. There's immigrants in the United States. They arrive in this country and they're like, oh wait, what? Like this isn't when I plan to be. It's like, no, it's not. It's not the great country that it used to be. It's not. So go to Europe. Get out of this country. Go again. Another thing I want to, inform you guys on is get educated. And what I mean by get educated is find a skill that you can do remote work with. And I'm doing this right now with coding. I'm doing this right now with JavaScript. I'm actually teaching myself, literally. I'm about to sign up to, HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So I'm about to sign up for those 3 courses, basically. So that's how I can basically work remotely, earning $50, $60 an hour. And guess what? I can live anywhere in the world. Seriously. I could live in Mexico for 2 months, then go live in France, my home country, for 6 months. I could live anywhere in the world, basically. But yeah, basically I wanted to just come on here and tell you guys the truth about the United States of America, what's really happening right now. And again, do not raise your kids in this country. Don't be patient. Learn a second language. Get out of this country. Get out. It's falling apart. It's falling apart. I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm going to be posting more. I'm going to be posting more videos that are centered around America, basically, and perspective of life, because people really need to wake up and smell the fresh coffee, seriously. And I will be giving TikTokers credit on the description. Bye-bye.